My name is BJ Josan. I'm grateful here to share some personal experiences with you all about Deputy Dhaliwal. We're here today to honor his work in law enforcement, but we're also here to honor his life as a brother, a father, and a friend. Most people knew him as Deputy Dhaliwal, but I simply knew him as Vicky. Just like many of us, his family came from India to Houston for a better life. We both grew up in the same community of Carriage Lane, just a few streets away from each other. I first became friends with Vicky really in high school at Jersey Village. Over the years, he went by many different names: Vicky, Ricky, Sandeep, and of course, Deputy Dhaliwal. Growing up, he was always just looking to fit in. He was looking for two things. He just wanted to be accepted and respected. We performed on cultural dance teams together, which also included his sisters for various events. Many of you may not know this, but he was an amazing dancer as well. Anytime I needed a reliable person to help out with any projects, he was the first person I would call. He worked on several different jobs before he joined law enforcement. I remember one of his first jobs was at Kroger that used to be on 290 in Fairbanks, North Houston. The reason I remember this so well is because the amount of pride he took in his job. I had never seen anyone take stocking the coolers as seriously as he did. But for him, everything had to be perfect. Through the years, he did various things. He worked at a jewelry store, he ran a pizza business, he had a trucking business as well. But throughout all his endeavors, he was still looking for those two things. He wanted to be accepted and to be respected. I had joined the Air Force National Guard at that time, and he was so excited for me. And he used to love asking me about my experiences, because it wasn't really normal for many people in our Sikh community to join the military or go into law enforcement. I could tell he was longing to be a part of something bigger, a brotherhood, a platform to serve for a greater purpose. In my college days, I also used to organize parties, and of course, the head of our security was always Vicky. He is the bouncer and the main person I trusted to keep everyone else safe. Both of us being busy in our own worlds, we didn't hang out as much as I would like after that, but one place I always knew I would run into him was at the gym. When I would see him, immediately he would jump into the role of being my personal trainer. Sometimes I even tried to avoid him because I knew I wouldn't be able to walk the next day. He had the most energy no matter what room you were in. One day I saw him at the old 24-hour fitness on 1960 in Jones Road, and he told me he started training for the sheriff's department. Naturally, I was a little bit hesitant by this idea because at that time, like I said, it just wasn't something people in our community do. I asked him, out of all the things he wanted to do, why do you want to be in law enforcement? Why not do something where you might make more money? I don't know how much officers made at that time, but I figured they probably deserved to make more. He already had a business of his own, but he told me it wasn't about the money. And of course I told him, well, you know, this job is already dangerous. It's dangerous as well, right? So thinking I could talk him out of it, he just looked at me and said, we're all gonna be gone someday. We could be gone driving to work tomorrow. I might as well be doing something that I really love. And I couldn't argue with that. I could just tell how excited and determined he was about starting his new journey. The thing that I realized is that there was nothing more fitting for him. Even before he joined the sheriff's department, he always acted like a sheriff. He always did the right thing. He always was looking out for everyone else before himself. He always followed the rules. And no matter how much we hated it, he always made sure we were following the rules as well. Everyone knows how much pride he had, putting on his uniform, being a part of something greater than himself. He finally felt accepted and respected. He finally felt accepted and respected. Needless to say, I learned some valuable lessons from him. No matter what you do it with pride. Whether you're flipping pizzas or an officer, be the best at what it is that you do. Second thing was, sometimes in life, you might not have a clear direction of your goals. But if you follow your passion and work hard, you can achieve your dreams. And that's exactly what he did. I don't think anyone could have predicted the outpouring of love and support that he's received here in Houston, in America, and all around the world. But I'm not surprised. Somehow, wherever he went, he touched so many lives. His message of unity and service before self has traveled further than we could ever imagine. Moving forward, I'll take these lessons, and I hope you will as well. The last couple of days have been tough, but as difficult as it is, he would want us to keep pushing forward to make the world a better place. So let's continue to support our law enforcement officers. Let's support our first responders, and let's never forget my good friend, a trailblazer, and a hero for humanity, Deputy Sandeep Dhaliwal. Thank you.